Good evening, ladies. I am so happy that you are joining us for the Fierce Power Call. We have been having some technical difficulties, so I'm still making sure all our speakers are on the line. But I do want to thank you guys for those who have called in, and I do apologize for running a little late. I'm going to check with my speakers, and we're going to go ahead and get started on this wonderful Thursday. Can you believe it is already April 20th? Can you believe it? 20 days into second quarter of 2017. Are you accomplishing what you want to accomplish? Are you getting things done on your list? Are you applying for that new job? Are you stepping out on faith? Are you putting fear aside and accomplishing on what you want to do because you want to live a fierce and fabulous life? So I just want to take a minute and make sure our speakers are ready to go. And this call will also be available on replay. So if you missed anything, you'll be able to go ahead and listen to it at a later date. So I know a lot of us are fierce and fabulous and also making fierce boss moves. So we're very busy. And I understand if you have to log out the call to take care of some business. I know on the East Coast it's about 8 o'clock, so people are putting their kids to bed and preparing or spring break. So I'm very, very excited, very, 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 very excited. I have one of our speakers on the phone, and the other Tuan is trying to sign in. So we're going to go ahead and still get started because we do have Candice on the phone. So let me tell you a little bit about myself. I am Nicole. A lot of you guys do know me, and some of you guys don't. I am the president and founder of Fierce and Fabulous, an organization of women coming together to motivate, inspire, and support each other on our journeys in life. That's whether you're an entrepreneur or just a stay-at-home mom. You still have some goals that you want to accomplish, and it's always easier when you have a fierce tribe behind you, motivating you, inspiring you, and supporting you. So I'm very, very excited. And again, I thank you guys for calling in to get this fierce information. And I know it's going to be amazing, amazing, amazing. So I am going to turn the call over to Candice Nicole. She is just amazing. She doesn't know. She's definitely a sister in my head, a friend in my head, whatever you want to call it, but she's definitely fierce and fabulous. She's been in the industry for 10 years strong, and that right there is amazing. So I would like to turn it over to her. She's going to give us a brief description of why she started her business and a little bit about herself. So, Candice, if you can come on the line, and thank you again for taking out the time to be on this call and give us this information. I know you're very, very busy. You're speaking at many events. Your schedule, I see the flyers, I see the posts, and I'm like, whoa, I'm going to be her one day. So if you can go ahead and jump on. And again, thank you. And I'm looking forward to this convo, this chat we are about to have.
No problem. I'm here. Thank you so much for having me on this evening.
Thank you.
So what did you want me to say? I'm sorry. I literally just came into the house like 15 minutes ago. I had a 2-hour workout.
Oh, that's good. That's making that getting fit, that summer body. I understand. I think we're all trying to do that. But I wanted you just to give a brief description of why you started your business and a little bit about yourself, some background information. Some people, I know I follow you, but some people might not follow you, and just, a little bit about you.
Okay. So my name is Candice Nicole. As you guys know, I am the owner of Candice Nicole PR. That is my PR company that I started in 2007, actually right after I graduated from Morgan State University. And I'm also the creator of Women Who Hustle. We just turned 2 years old April 7th, I want to say. And then I also just started the Crown Agency, which is a consulting firm, and it's designed for the hustling creative. So I'm not trying to make it a whole super long story. So the reason why I started CMPR is because it didn't exist, right? So I'm in the D.C. area, and of course a lot of people look at D.C. as being very political, and so we did not have those agencies, those PR agencies where where they did a lot of entertainment, and that is where my love was for music. And so I said, okay, well, there's nothing out here that exists like that. I said, I'm just going to create it myself. And so I've always been that type of person. If there's an issue, I'm always looking for a solution. If something, I feel like I'm in need of something and it doesn't exist, I'm going to be the one to create it. And so with Women Who Hustle, that just came out of nowhere, to be honest with you. I was posting up a meme. It was a coffee cup, had a lipstick stain on it. It was pink. When I posted it, I said the lip color today is red. And when I tell you I randomly just used the hashtag Women Who Hustle, and it's because on the coffee cup it said put on some lipstick and hustle. So I just hashtag Women Who Hustle. And so I kept on going back to it, and I said, that sounds pretty good. I'm a woman who hustles. I know plenty of other women who hustle. And so I did a search on Instagram. The page did not exist. I said, well, let me get it. I did the same thing on Twitter. It didn't exist. Made the Facebook page in 3 to 4 hours. I had women saying, oh, my gosh, this is amazing. You need to come to Miami. You need to come to Detroit. And I'm like, I just started this a couple hours ago. I had no idea what I even wanted to do with it. I just knew, okay, this is something where I'm going to inspire women. And 2 years later, we have over 10,000 followers on Instagram. And that is just straight organic. And the Crown Agency, like I said, a lot of my discovery calls that I had with people that was interested in PR, they say, I really want to work with you, but I just, having that budget, that retainer is just too big. And I was thinking, I said, you know what, they probably just need some consulting. Because a lot of people, they just need advice. They just need someone that's going to sit and talk with them. They're not at that point where they truly need to publicize whatever it is that they're doing, their service or their business, and they just need consulting. And so that is why I started the Crown Agency, and it's designed for that hustling creative, knowing that you need that PR component, but you just don't have this lavish budget. So you can hire me, and I will turn you into the ruler of your own passion. I will teach you how to pitch yourself. We will go over your social media, the ins and outs of that, and just come up with ideas. And I also will serve as a liaison with my clients. For example, a client needs a limo for a video shoot. I know someone who has his own private car service. So I'm going to serve as a liaison with that. He needs a venue for his video shoot. My good friend owns a venue with a rooftop. So I'm going to serve as liaison. So that's just a little bit about me.
Wow. Well, what I will say is that right there is definitely fierce inside this because, you are a woman who hustles. So what you did is you found a niche and you stuck with it and you've grown a business for it. You found a problem and you solved it. So that is also your business too. So that's pretty awesome. Did you work in corporate America?
Yes. So when I graduated from Morgan, my first job was at BET Networks, and I always said, I was going to get in that glass building. For anyone who's been in the DC area, of course, it's still headquartered, and it's off New York Avenue. You can see it, huge building, and it's a glass building, right? And so I always said I was going to get in there, and I did. Of course, someone I went to Morgan with, he had a job there. My auntie worked there as well, put a good word in for me. So I worked there in the traffic department, which was, dealing with commercials. And then I also was at Fox 5. And so that's the local, the Fox affiliate in D.C. So I worked there, and that was actually, my last job that I had. So I left there, June 19th, 2015 was my last day at Fox. I'm looking forward not to ever going back to corporate unless it's some lavish, some amazing experience. And even then, I'm going to be y'all, you need to just contract me, you know, because once you get used to, you know, your own schedule, it's very hard to go back.
Right. Wow. Okay, so you stepped out on faith, left corporate America, started your business, and have been rocking with it ever since.
Yeah.
That's really, really awesome. Our other speaker is not able yet to get on, so I'm going to go ahead and keep giving you the questions, and we'll just end early, if it's okay, and we're just going to go with the flow. So I know you ladies are out there taking notes as you see, and this is something you can share with your young queens and your daughters or your nieces. She went to Morgan. Educated Girls Rock. I know a lot of us are pushing that on to our young queens, but as we see, to have the black girl magic, to have the melanin pop in and all that, we do have to be educated. Knowledge is power. So I like that. Shout out to HBCU, Morgan.
Yes.
Excellent. That is awesome. And congratulations on your success. But now I have a question of, what keeps you motivated? Most of us on this call know when we have a goal, it's so easy to give up. It is just so easy to get sidetracked. So what keeps you motivated?
It's a lot of things. I would say number one is my family. My family, but I actually will say it's my mom, right?
Oh.
So my mommy, she has sacrificed so much for me. You know, she was a single parent, you might as well say, since, you know, I was born, but really, like, officially, I think, when I was, like, a year and a half. But she was a single parent. I never wanted for anything. I never knew the sacrifices that, you know, that she went through, you know, throughout high school. If I needed the latest shoes, I had it. If I needed the latest jeans, I had it. It wasn't until I got to Morgan where I'm like, I need $500 for my textbooks. And she's like, really can't do that right now. I'm like, what? That's when it got real for me. But my mom, and so that's what motivates me, and it's because, you know, I remember the nights of just seeing my mom work hard. So that's actually where my work ethic comes from. And a lot of people are like, where's that come from? Like, do you even sleep? I'm like, oh, yeah, I get my sleep. I get my naps and everything. But, like, when I'm working, like, you know, like, I get it in when it comes to my work. And it's because of my mom, because she worked so hard, and she just made sure that and look, to anyone who's, you know, has been on assistance or is on assistance right now, it's nothing, you know, no shade or anything of the sort, because I understand that, you know, some things, they happen in life. But my mom, she worked very hard, so she didn't have to do that. And that was just something she personally, you know, really worked towards a lot, not doing that. And so I looked at the situation as of, it was my duty, you know, as her child, to not become a statistic, you know, graduating high school and then, you know, graduating college, and then just continuing to be successful. And then when it comes to just my family, of course, I want to be, you know, that inspiration for my siblings. My father did, you know, remarry, had 3 kids. So I have 2 other sisters and a brother. And so I have a sister right now. She's actually a freshman in college. She goes to Towson. And so I want to serve as an inspiration for them that, you know what, if you, you know, want to become, I don't know, if you like, you know, architecture, whatever it is, you can start your own business, right? You can start at a firm, but you know that you can start your own business and you can flourish at it. And so, and then with my cousins as well. So just my family's inspiration. And to be honest with you, those bills, right? Those are definitely inspirations. And
yes,
that is motivation, right? It's motivation for me, where I look forward to the day where I don't like have any bills for like a couple months. Why? Because I paid on them for like, that would put me out for the next 6 months. Like that's what I look at. And I'm like, how am I going to position myself where I could like one day write that check and pay my rent for the next 3 to 6 months, right? And so I'm just out here working, doing what I do, you know, traveling. The same thing with a cell phone bill, cable, or whatever it is. You know, I don't want to be paying just month to month and all that stuff. So that's actually motivation, you know, to me. I know probably, you know, you never heard that before, but that's some realness right there.
And that's all I was thinking when you were saying. I was like, whoa, she's definitely keeping it 100, because you don't hear a lot of people say, but that is true. We do, push hard, work through, overcome challenges, keep going, because we know we have to pay those bills. We know we need lights. We know we need cable, internet to run our businesses. So that is true. That is motivation. 1 month behind on that can throw you off. So, yeah, that's definitely motivation.
Let me tell you something. I keep it funky with everyone. I never want anyone to look at me and feel like I'm painting any type of picture that just life is just so peachy keen. Like right now, like I'm on a payment plan with Fios. I don't know if Fios is available everywhere, but it's like Verizon. They do like the Fios. It's like the cable and the internet. And it's because I got behind like a couple months ago, and I'm like, look, I cannot write you just this flat out check for this large amount right now because I have other bills. So I'm on a payment plan, and it's like it's no shame to that. And I think some people, they like to paint this picture that being an entrepreneur is just everything is all peachy keen. And I'm like, no, you need to keep it real with people out here, because that's why they're like, oh, I can't wait to run my own business, and oh, I can't wait to do this. And then they're just like, oh, my gosh, right? Like, I didn't know it was going to be this challenge. There may be someone on this phone right now that's like, yo, she just said she's on a payment plan. They may be on a payment plan as well. That's fine.
Yeah.
You're still great. That doesn't mean anything. That means you're being smart. And I want everyone to understand that, right? That's being smart. That's not you continuing to run from that bill person. You know what I mean? Like that's you being smart. So yeah.
And I think that is just, I know some people on the call definitely needed to hear that, because when people look on Instagram, look at the different places, they see a lot of the entrepreneurs, traveling here, doing this, trying out these new things, all this luxury. And they're just like, when am I going to get it? When am I going to get it? When am I going to get it? But it does take time, and you are going to have to go on some payment plans at times, and that's okay. Do that before something gets cut off that you need. But I think when we as entrepreneurs speak to each other, we do have to keep it 100, especially with our sisters and the ones that we want to help, because if you're painting a picture of this, glitz and glam, and that's not really what it is, you're going to be empty inside, because you're not putting out a transparent, truthful image. And the people are going to look at you kind of funny, because they're going to be like let down, because they're going to like, it's not working for me. What am I doing wrong? What am I doing wrong? And they're really not doing anything wrong. They're just going through the business growing pain. So exactly.
Happens. And no one wants to.
And love that. And
even when you're growing it, right? Say you're like 5, like, I've been doing this for like 10 years. You're still going to go through that stuff, right? And I actually need to post this on Facebook. But, a lot of entrepreneurs, or just people in general, right, when they travel, they need a hotel. I don't know if you've ever done it. If you're like, hey, I'm going to Orlando, does anyone have any suggestions? Why is everybody suggesting the W? Oh, you should stay at the W. You should stay at the Hilton. You should stay at the Aloft. Okay, are you doing that? Are you going to stay in the W? You know what I mean? And so the last 3 trips that I went on, one was to Richmond. It was for a client, and I had her do a segment on the news down there. Then the other one was Raleigh. I was speaking, and then the other one was Philly. I was speaking. And do you know that I stayed at the Best Western? Okay? So let me be real with everyone on this call. Again, the Best Western has free parking. They have free internet. Okay, so you can still sit there and get your business on. And they have free breakfast. So that's something that you don't have to scour out every morning and get some breakfast, right? They have waffles, they have eggs, sausage, cereal, bagels, pastries, coffee, all of that. And so I'm like, man, this is nice. Nice big old bed, nice bathroom, and everything. I'm like, why y'all putting this out there? You have to stay here. No, be real with yourself, okay? Mm-hmm. And then you have to look at it. How much time are you going to spend, in that room?
Right.
So I just have to say that too, because I don't think a lot of people, they keep it real, and I will keep it all the way real all the time.
I love it, and that's why I just felt that, and that's why I reached out to you. I just felt like, oh yeah, she's gonna keep it 100 no matter what. But that's so true, because people feel like you have to stay in a $500 a night room, and you're just starting your business. You're not on,
Girl.
Exactly.
No. Nobody has time for that. You better hop on that hot wire, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Look now.
Priceline, Hotwire, Hotels.com, whatever you can. Compare prices, get it down to the lowest. Do what you have to do. Yes, yes. And sometimes even try to partner up with another business and see if they're going out of town too. You can split it. But I want to ask you, because as a female in the industry, and just you being on this call, I know you want to motivate, inspire, and support other women. How do you handle negativity?
Okay, so negativity from whom? I guess that's the question.
The client. How do you handle your no's? Let's do that first. How do you handle the no's? You're setting up, you've worked out this payment plan, you know you got to make this money. How do you handle the no's? Do you turn them into yeses, or do you just say, whatever, I'll move on?
Well, it depends on, the situation, but if someone tells me no, you're just not the right person. So then I need to keep on searching till I find the right person. That's just how I look at it. I'm very resourceful. Now, if you keep on getting no's, right, then, of course, maybe you need to take a step back and look at whatever it is you're talking about or whatever it is you're trying to sell, right? Maybe you need to tweak your pitch. Maybe you need to fine-tune, whatever it is, right? If you just keep on getting no's, maybe you just have to change a little bit. But if you look at it and you're like, no, if you're asking other people, hey, can I get your feedback on whatever it is you're trying to sell or discuss, and they're like, no, that sounds, that's great, then you just need to keep on going. And I will say, Starbucks is all the rave. I think that guy, he received 20-something no's before he got his yes for his first loan. Now, if he would have stopped at 15 no's, we would never have Starbucks and lose our minds, right? Kathy Hughes, right? So she is the owner of TV One, Radio One, One Enterprises. Everything sits under that umbrella. I think it took her, she had 32 or 33 no's.
Wow.
Yes. Wow. She has the most no's I've ever heard of in my life. And so if she would have stopped at 20, we would not have TV One, Radio One, and everything under the sun. If she would have stopped at 25, if she would have stopped at 30, to get her first loan. You see what I'm saying? So if you believe in yourself, you believe that you have something that is going to help individuals, help the progression of the world, or whatever it is, you just keep on going at it. If you don't believe in yourself, then how do you expect anyone else to believe in you?
That's so true.
That's how I look at those. You're just the wrong person now. I'm going to find me the right one.
Right. Okay. So that's a good way to look at it. Do you consider yourself a brand, or is your business a brand? You are a brand.
Yeah.
Okay. So how do you balance that with your personal life? So posting on social media, on your personal page, how do you balance all that?
That's a great question. And I'm trying to think of when I realized that I actually was a brand, right? And I think it really came down to when everybody was they wanted me at their event. And I'm obviously there's a reason why, right? It's, Candice Nicole is here, right? And so that's when I realized, okay, so it's Candice Nicole, right? And so, there's a lot of people. I just had a interview on this podcast, and he sent over the notes, and he was going to introduce me as Candice and Mackle of Candice Nicole. A lot of people don't know Mackle is my last name, right? I'm not afraid of, to say it. But because my business was Candice Nicole PR, just people, Candice Nicole, that Candice Nicole became the brand, right? Mm-hmm. So when you say Candice and Mackle or Candice, they're like, who's that, right? They don't know. You may know, but, a lot of people don't know. And so I asked them, just to change that. I said, because just even when I'm speaking, I have this keynote I'm going to be doing in September in Indianapolis, it has to say Candice Nicole, because that's the brand. That's what I created. So the balancing of that, it takes a lot, and it's because a lot of people know Candice Nicole, but it's not too many who know Candice, right?
Okay, right.
So my friends, my family, like, they know Candice. They know the ins and the outs. They know my highs and lows, and just me, like, of who I am. Now, I'm not going to say Candice Nicole is, it's just this larger than life. But yeah, when you have created a brand, just to be honest, when you step out, you have to be put together. That's why I invest in myself and I get my makeup done. If I am speaking or I'm going to a situation where I'm like, it's probably going to be some cameras around, right? Like client events, like, I need to get my makeup done. You know what I mean? So it's because you need to keep that look up. Everybody knows that. It's the same thing as the Kardashians, whoever is out there, right? You need to really want to take care, of your brand. Do you do it all the time? No. Sometimes you're going to do your own makeup. That's fine. So with the balance of it, I would say it's not, I would say, like a challenge or anything, but like Candice loves to be at home and just relaxing. It's because I always do have to be on, right? When I'm out, it's Candice Nicole, and hey, how you doing? Hey, hugging people and everything. Oh, I'm so glad you're here, and having those conversations, which I love. But then Candice is like, oh, I can't wait so I can go home and just relax or have some normalcy, right, of where I can actually watch a TV show when it's on. I'm not watching it on demand, right? Like, I can actually watch Greenleaf like I did last night at 10 o'clock when it was on, and I don't have to watch it on demand. So, yeah, it's a balance and everything. And sometimes the people anyone who's on the call, when you have created these brands, sometimes you can get lost in it. And there is a time where I did get lost in it. I don't want to say it's more like an ego, type of situation, but there are times where you kind of get lost in it. And that was like in 2014. I got lost, like, within myself, what I created, and thinking, oh, this could not happen to me. I'm Candice Nicole, right?
Gotcha.
And I went through something, and that was the lowest of lows in my entire life. And so the only way you can look is up, because you just done hit the ground so hard, right?
Right.
Everybody's going to have that, And I think, in my opinion, you want that to happen, okay? And I know that sounds crazy, but you want to be knocked down, because that is going to show you what you are really made of. That's going to show you how strong you are. That's going to show you who really is in your corner, okay? Who you really can talk to and have these, one-on-one conversations with and everything. And so I think all of the greats, anyone who is successful that you look at, please believe they had some hard times, some falls. And, of course, they probably had it more than once. And so, but I tell you one thing, I guarantee you they will say, I learned so much from it, and I wouldn't change that for the world, because I learned, really who was in my corner. I really learned, who I was. If I didn't hit the ground so hard, I wouldn't have came up with this new business of mine, right? So
exactly.
Yeah, I welcome some of that stuff.
Yeah, and that's what I think. Some people, sometimes they're scared to step out because they're scared of those hard times. But like you said, they're going to come, and you're going to not wish them on yourself, but like you said, this shows you what you're made of. This shows you what you can handle. This shows you how tough you are. And you are tough. You can handle it. But this also lets you know when you are down, who's going to be there to help you get back up. And that lets you, tighten your circle. And sometimes you have to do that. So that's good that you understand that and sharing that information with us ladies on the call because it's important to know you are going to have those hard times. You are going to have those dark times. So don't get too caught up because you'll have those moments and you'll just need to go ahead and lift yourself up. It doesn't mean give up. It just means get up and keep moving. So that is really, really good. And I think, that's that transparency right there, that keeping it 100, because a lot of people have that image of, nope, never had a hard time. Business has always been great. Always been, it's like, oh, where have you been? No, sweetheart. So that is like, I love it. Let me see what else. I had a question just come in. Okay, so a question came in. Do you run events?
Do I run events?
Yes. Do you manage events as far as, let me see what they wrote. Do you organize events for large brands?
Yes. I've never worked with, say, a large brand. It's really been like small businesses. But, yes, and I love doing events. There's nothing like doing events for me. I literally want to, I've been slowly like shifting, like the business where literally all I want to do is like events, handle the PR for events. But then, of course, I also know how to handle the logistics of events. And it's just, from prior, experience where I kind of got thrusted into that position. You know what I mean?
Right.
But yeah.
Okay. Okay, so that's good. Multi-talented. That's that magic. So is your business your full-time income? Is this is it for you right now?
Yes. Yeah. Yep.
Okay,
in June, it'll be 2 years. Yeah, full-time entrepreneur.
Wow, congratulations. So where do you see your business and yourself in 2020?
What is that, 3 years? 18 years?
Yeah.
Right? 3 years. Help me with this math. Okay. So in 2020, man, I think that's going to be an awesome year. Just saying it, right?
Right.
So with my business, I already said with 2018, I would love to just be speaking, right? So as far as me personally, what I see myself doing in 2020 is that I will be a full-time speaker and like workshop facilitator, and then maybe I would take on some events, that I just really love, and I'm like, no, I have to work, I have to work this event. And then, of course, I would have someone else that is heading up CMPR. I do not ever see myself, like, not doing PR, like having that business there, and it's because I worked so hard at doing it. But definitely me personally, definitely being a full-time speaker and doing workshops, handling my signature talks, and also going into the online space as well, right? So I guess you can also say being what do they call, online entrepreneurs, I guess you could say. So being an online entrepreneur, full-time speaker, and then, of course, CNPR will be run by someone else. I see us having, like, 2 to 3 junior publicists, and actually, like, publicists on the team. And, yeah.
Okay. Well, it sounds like...
And having a family. I want to be married. I know you asked about career stuff, but I want to be married and have a family by 2020.
Okay. So, yeah. Okay, so do you have kids now?
No, I don't. Mm-mm.
Okay, so this is this is your kid. This is your baby, this business.
Yeah.
And so you want to get that situated and then look at marriage and having some little ones of your own.
Yeah, and I guess it kind of looks like that. I didn't even mean for it to come off that way. You know what I mean? Like, oh, she's working, so she can be good with, like, starting her family. It's just how it worked out. And to be honest with you, I think it would be selfish of me to say, when I see babies, I'm like, oh, man, I would just love to have one because, I just want to dress them up. And we're going to take all these awesome pictures. They're going to have their own Instagram. You know what I mean? Because I'm living in that world.
Right.
But then I'm like, but Candice, you see how fast-paced, your life is. And drop of a dime, something could change. And, just having that freedom. And, I don't know. But I think it would be selfish. You know, if it happened, it's like, oh, hey, you know, look, I would roll with the punches. You know, I would roll with the punches and everything. And
right.
you know, my babies, they would be rolling with mommy all the time. You know, and
right.
so they're going to understand the ins and outs of the business. My children will understand about being an entrepreneur, how to run a business, and different, you know, like I would love to bring them to my meetings and include them in my events that I would be doing, my speaking engagements, so they see what mommy is doing. I think I'm just going to be a different type of parent. You know, my boyfriend and I, we've talked about marriage and you know, and being parents, and we're definitely going to be that, just not, we're going to be those unordinary, like, parents that, you know, and it's not going to be anything that's going to be, you know, it's structure and everything, but we're just going to be different. And I want my children to be like, yeah, you know, my mom is so cool. She, you know, she's about her business and she runs her own business, but they understand the importance of it. So,
all right. And I think that's awesome because I love to see the mamapreneurs and like them incorporating their children in their business and not marketing their children, but their children, because their children are with them. So, I mean, you know, take your child to work day. Here you are. This is what I do.
All day. Mm-hmm. You're going to help mommy check these people in now, okay? Now sit down, please. Thank you. Check these people in for me, please. Thank you.
Exactly. Make sure you highlight their name and cross it out.
Okay.
Yes. Right. But it's just letting them know that, you know, this is what you do, just like if you were working a 9 to 5 and you have to take them to work also, you know. So it's the same thing as that. And I still do think that is awesome to go ahead and do your career, get your business set up, you know, running and fully going. And what I really like about what you said about your 2020 goals and plans is that you are looking to hire people. That's creating jobs, so that's making an impact, making a huge difference. When I talk to a lot of people, they never mention hiring. So when I'm like, well, you got to expand your business, and to expand, you have to hire people. It's okay to share the coins.
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
Awesome that you want to that you want to do speaking, but you don't want to give up the public relations. So you're going to hire a junior publicist to keep that part of your business going, and I think that's pretty cool. I think that's awesome that you thought of that.
I would bring in someone. They actually would be become the president of it, and literally they would be the person that would become me, right? Of the business and and everything. And also, I think people need to understand is you want to be able to scale your business, and I don't think people understand that you want to be able to hire. That means that you're open to scaling your business. And let me tell you something. For everyone who is, on the call, including yourself, when it's just you, I have a junior publicist now.
Okay.
But when it is just you, and even then, with my junior publicist, it still feels like a lot of the things that I do, because I only bring her in with, certain projects. So when it's just you, you feel it. And it's just yeah, so do I want to be doing this? Look, 5 years from now, do you still want to be the only one in your business, right, who knows the ins and outs? Right? You have to look at that. You want to enjoy yourself. I want to go on a true vacation, okay? And my virtual assistant will be handling the things, and then, Mariah, my junior publicist, if we're in active campaign, then she becomes me for those few days that I'm on vacation. And so you have to, look at that, and you're okay, if I do want to start to, really enjoy what it is that I'm doing, what steps do I have to take to make sure I can do that?
And that's so true. And I think I'm hoping a lot of people took notes on that part, because that's a big part. You started a business, and some of you guys are working your business and working a full-time job, and you see how much it is on you. So if you want to, work your business full-time and start feeling the rewards of your business and enjoying life, you have to be ready to start expanding and hiring people. And it's time to start thinking about that now, because that's how you market. Your price just goes into so much more things when you do that. But we'll get into that a whole other time. So I can go on and on about that. That's my biggest thing. Make sure you try to hire people. That's what you want to do. You want to grow, hire people. But I have enjoyed speaking with you. This is like really exciting to me because I've been watching you and I'm just like, oh my God, she's so awesome. She's doing this, she's doing this. I love, women who have soul because I think that is just amazing right there in itself. I did have another question come in. Okay, so what social media platform do you handle most of your business on?
That is a great question. I actually think it may be, I don't know. I think it may be like a tie between Facebook and Instagram. And, of course, with Instagram, because, you can put the videos and it's more visual there. So, of course, they're seeing the flyers that I'm putting up, whether if I'm speaking or, like, if my clients are going to be on the news or client has this event, right? So I can capture their attention there. And then, of course, they're like, oh, I've seen you on Instagram, and I saw that your client was here and there. However, I think Facebook, for me personally, it just depends on, like, what type of, business you're in. Now, if you're a makeup artist, it's probably going to be Instagram. Why? It's super visual, right? You can really bring them into your world, especially if you're Insta stories and stuff of that nature. But I would say definitely like, Facebook. And, of course, because Facebook, you have these groups. I'm a part of Black Speakers Network. All these entrepreneur, women groups, that they have on there, the PR groups that I'm a part of. So I would definitely say Facebook.
Okay. And how much time do you spend on social media a day? That caused a chuckle.
I spend a lot of time, and you just have to look at it like, are you truly invested? Now, there are people, and let me tell you, I'm very blunt with people, and like I told you, I'm very honest. And there are business owners, and they're like, I just don't. And don't get me started on people who just started a business or who just decided to do or whatever. Well, I really don't have time, to be on social media. It just takes so much of my time. I said, well, I guess you shouldn't have started this business. Right? And, like, I don't care if it rubs anyone the wrong way, because that is the nitty-gritty of it. Because social media needs to be involved in every facet of your business, because you are missing out on so many people because you just can't get this right with social media. And it takes you seconds to, like, if you want to write out your post, say if you're, like, trying to focus on Facebook, okay, spend a couple of hours on Sunday writing out what it is that you want to post about. Highlight that thing, okay, copy and paste it, put your image there, and boom, there it is. There's just no excuse, because you're missing out on so many dollars, so many different opportunities, because you are not present on social media. There are so many people that I would not have met, including, like, my biz besties that I have. Hello, you would have never came if I just didn't invest in myself. And that's another thing. You need to invest in yourself, and investing in yourself is investing in your social media. Either hire someone on the proper way of how to handle social media, and they can consult you on that. Go on Google. Google is your best friend. There are so many things. There's books out there. But I do encourage people. I'm like, don't get so above yourself that you want to hire someone else to handle your social media, especially when you are a brand yourself. It's a service yourself. I believe, like, I still handle all of my social media. People ask me all the time, so who handles your social media? Me? Like,
wow, okay.
On all, like, 3 of my pages. Like, it's because I know my tone. If someone else will do it, they're probably going to respond back to people differently, and they're probably like, what's wrong with Candice? I don't know why she sounds like this today. They can, your audience can tell the difference. So I encourage people to invest in yourself when it comes to, like, that social media. but I do spend a lot of time on it.
And I think that is, and I think people have to understand, too, it also depends on the industry you're in. In both of our fields and industry, social media is our best friend. I let people know all the time, like, you have the largest names reaching 1 million people just like that. You can reach, 200, 300, 400 people as you grow just with one post. That could, you took you maybe 5 minutes to design, set up, and then, a minute to post it. So 6 minutes can turn into, maybe 10 potential sales. So social media is your best friend, and I hear a lot of people say, no, I'm going to attend all these networking events in person, which I think are great, not knocking them, but also social media, you can do so much from your bed. You can reach outside of your city, outside of your state. I was able to reach out to you, and you're all the way in D.C., and I'm in Florida. Social media is just an awesome thing, and I'm glad that you are saying that you manage your own social media, because even I hope everyone follows, and you'll get an email on how you can follow Candice after the call. But I hope you guys follow, because when she's saying she manages her own social media, she's managing it and posting. It's not where she posts every other day, every 5 days or something like that. She's very active on her social media, too.
Yeah.
So I think that's very awesome, because you'll see how many events she attends. You just heard her say where she was coming back from Raleigh, Pennsylvania, and different things like that to speak, and her social media was still running. So that's just a lesson in don't get too above yourself. And the one thing I really like that you just said, watch who you let handle your social media, because, like Candice just said, people know her tone. So if your person that's managing your social media, if you guys aren't very, very connected, it can maybe you can lose some sales. You lose some potential clients, because that person isn't going to respond like you. That person isn't going to bend a little bit like you might bend, or anything like that. So that is a good point. I think, we start making a little money. We're like, we're going to hire a social media manager.
Right.
No, get some social media training, because you'll understand, like she said, you can, I call it social media Sundays. I sit there at night while I get my good TV in, that good TV, some shows that I have to watch on demand, and I just create my content for a week or two, and, do it like that. But that's awesome. That's awesome. But we are getting towards the end of our call, so if you can give us some words of wisdom to keep us going, and then also let the ladies on the call know how they can contact you.
So my words of wisdom, let's see. I always share with individuals is always remain a student. Always remain a student in life, and it's because you can't always go around thinking that you know everything, because you don't. You should be learning something new every day, right? Whether it's the news of what's going on, something new that you can incorporate in your business, something that you can incorporate on your job, some new app that's going to help you lose weight, some app that's going to help you learn where to go for networking events or whatever. Always remain a student, and always be open to learning new things. Some people are just so closed-minded, and they are blocking their blessings because this isn't what they thought it should be. Or, no, that just seems so foreign to me. I'm good. This is working for me right now. Yeah, but what if you incorporate this, and it's just going to catapult you, right, personally and professionally? So that's what I always share with people. I don't have, this, super drawn-out, quote or anything. I know people love to quote other folks. I sometimes will do that, but really, just to be honest with you, you need to remain – no, really, there's no shade to anyone who does that. It's just really you need to always remain a student. Be open to new things that are going to be coming into your life, and stop blocking, these blessings. Some people are wondering why this hasn't happened. Guarantee you, something has happened in the past, couple of months that's hello, and you're just ignoring it because it didn't come the way that you thought it should come. So I want to say that's about it that I have to say, kind of to end it out. Oh, and also, and like I said before, is you have to, and did I say believe in yourself? But it's the same thing. You have to believe in yourself before you want other people to believe in you, just of how you need to invest in yourself before you expect anyone else to invest in you. So what are you doing? There's a lot of people that are like, yeah, well, I just need $5,000. Okay, but have you invested $5,000 into yourself, into your business? Right? Really, you have to think about that. Why would you ask this individual for $5,000 and you are trying to pinch every corner or whatever to save money and to do things, this way or that way, and you haven't even done that for yourself? I know for a fact I've invested thousands into me just within the last couple months, okay, just with getting my hair done and my makeup, okay?
Yeah.
That $50, $60 will start to add up all the time, including sometimes when I'm traveling. Not everyone has it in their budget to pay for your hotel. But if you feel that this is going to be something that is going to be strategic for you, it makes sense for you to be there, well, then you need to invest. You need to make sure you're there, right? So you need to invest in yourself. You need to invest in that gas that you're going to put in that rental or your car, and you need to invest in that hotel, right? So I already know, just, from first quarter to second quarter of how much I've invested in myself. And so you have to ask yourself that. Be your number one fan in everything that it is that you do in life. How you can contact me, of course, Twitter, Instagram, Periscope, wherever, it's Candice Nicole PR, and that is CandiceNicolepr. Women Who Hustle, I encourage you to follow at Women Who Hustle. I actually have to do some posting on there this evening. And then the Crown Agency, I'm still building that, but it is the CRWN Agency. But I just encourage you to, anything that I'm doing, my main one is at Candice Nicole PR.
Well, I just want to say thank you so much for taking out the time out of your busy schedule and just coming on the call and keeping it 100 with us ladies. I know a lot of you guys were excited because when it first came that you're a celebrity to a lot of us. So just know that. It was a lot of excitement.
I'm still actually dealing with that. I don't know how to, and it's because I'm just very humble. It's okay, thank you. I work hard and everything, but I appreciate it, and I don't. I'm very humbled by that. I appreciate anyone who holds me in high regards. But I'm just like everyone else out there, and I want people to understand that as well. I work hard, but I put on my pant leg just like you every morning.
And I think that is just awesome for you to even say that you don't realize it, because some people, they get to a certain level and they treat others different, others that look up to them. So this was really refreshing because a lot of the ladies also, look up to you a lot. And to hear you say some of these fierce nuggets tonight and let them know that just keep pushing, keep going. You're going to have to work. You handle your own social media. You travel. You have to invest in yourself. It's given some people some light because some people think once they reach a certain point, I don't have to pay for my travel. But like you said, you have to evaluate that event and see if it's worth it. And, yeah, you might have to pay for your travel, and that's okay. But go ahead and do it. So I just want to thank you for being on the call. Ladies, I know you guys are very excited and want to get this recording, and I will get it to you as soon as possible. Also, I really do suggest you go ahead on Instagram, Twitter, Periscope, and follow Candice Nicole PR. I will send it to you ladies also so you can follow, because that's the way we can connect So when you see her posting, you had a conversation with her, you spoke with her on the phone. She's no longer a friend in your head. She's a sister in your head. And you can go ahead and reach out, like her pictures, and you'll know she's posting because, remember, she handles her own social media. So you've made that connection. And, Candice, thank you so much. I can't thank you enough for just taking out this time and talking to us. It has really been a pleasure. And I'm sure we'll do it again. And I look forward to meeting in person one day.
Yes. And real quick, what part of Florida are you in?
I'm in Jacksonville, Florida.
Okay. I need to come to Jacksonville. A couple of ladies, like, throughout, like, even last year, like, on Women Who Hustle, they're like, I'm in Jacksonville. And I'm like, Jacksonville? Like, of all the places. But it's actually a couple women. Like, it's kind of booming down there. With like entrepreneurship, like with women. So
yes,
cool.
Yes, and we would love to have you down here, and we'll definitely come out and support with whatever you need, just to cheer you on. We'll be there because you, like I said, are no longer a friend in our head. You are a sister now, so we got to support our sisters. And again, thank you so much.
You are so welcome. Thank you for having me on again.
Okay, good night, ladies, and you'll receive an email. If you have any questions or anything, feel free to contact me. I am Nicole, president and founder of Fierce and Fabulous, also the Fierce Squad, helping female entrepreneurs dominate. So, ladies, let's continue this week. One more day left. Tomorrow is Fierce Friday, so look for my Fierce Friday emails, and you guys have a great night. Go ahead and create some social media content. Don't get above yourself. You can manage your own social media. Get to it. Get to the coins. Love you, ladies. Have a good night. Good night.